What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with an analysis breakdown on Fred VanVleet. He's very quick and very crafty and very smart around the basket, using his burst ability to get a full step ahead of his opponent, and he can finish with his left or his right. He like to bulldoze a little bit with contact to clear space, as he's not as fast as other point guards. He's more of a physical point guard, and he uses craftiness and his wit to use space and use his layup ability to go in over the rim. He's not the highest leaper, so he uses finesse to finish. As you can see, not the greatest leaper, so you don't have a chance to contort as much as an acrobat in the air, so he just keeps it nice and simple and clean. I also like the fact that he uses his mid-range. He uses it to come off screens. Like I said, he's not the fastest guy, so he's just using skill to get around the court. He surveys where guys are missing. He still sometimes get contested because he's a little slow. I wonder how he's going to be when he gets older. But he pounds the ball, he surveys the court, and makes sure he has enough to get the clean shot off. And it's a high percentage shot for him. He doesn't make it at a high percent, but it's a good look for him. I like the fact that he's aggressive, always looking for the shot when he comes off screens. He knows he has space, he got good lift, he got good balance, and he has a good rotation. Sometimes his rhythm can be a little off if you come hard at him, which means he can be a little off getting it off clean, but he tries to use the screen to get as much space as he can to get a good look at the basket. But as you see, sometimes they can still contest it. If you put a rangy, lanky defender that can go under or over the screen, they can still get to him and make it tough, and that's why he uses it to pass. If you shut down his ability to take the jumper or drive, he can pass it to the guys that's around him in the paint or in the mid-range area for floaters or even dump-offs or even lobs. They have a lot of lanky, fast defenders that can turn into the same on the offensive end, a lot of two-way players, and I feel like he uses his idea of using the screens, reject it, or go hard to the paint, and then you can find shooters too for wide open threes, especially when they get better at threes as they grow their talent around them. It's gonna make them more dangerous. It's gonna make him more dangerous because the more space opens it up for an easier game for Van Fleet to be able to get assists. It's gonna make his scoring a lot more efficient, a lot better. And we've seen that when they had Kawhi Leonard in the past. And if these guys can develop a jump shot, it can happen again because they won't be in the mid range. They'll be at the 3 point line, and then that will have them be respectable at the 3 point line, which means he can be able to get to the paint more often, which means he can collapse the defense and get easier opportunities even for the paint for Koloko and guys like Siakam, which means that it's going to be a read and react defense, which means they're going to have to pick their poison, how they want to guard Fred VanVleet, and you can see it even in the open court. If everybody's going to the rim, it's easier to predict and easier to shut down. When you have guys all across the court, it's harder to predict and shut down. As you see, when the floor is open, Fred VanVleet has more options, and then he can even find guys going to the lane, and that just makes the game a lot easier to understand and read for him, and it just makes it easier for his teammates who's still learning the game because a lot of them are young and they're still developing or they just now hitting their peak. And you can see getting to the basket is a lot easier, and it's basically an easy 2 point shot, even for a rookie like Christian Koloko, who hasn't even played a full season yet. And then the three ball, he already has been a decent 3 point shooter throughout his career, still growing, still improving. I like the fact that he's patient. He doesn't rush his mechanics. He likes to take his time, set his feet, get proper rotation, proper lift. He needs all that he can just to get off a shot, and then sometimes it can be a little slow, but he has range on it. He can let it fly from long distance, kind of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson range. He doesn't hit it as consistent, but he is a threat. If you leave him open, he will take his time. He will be patient with it, and he will try to knock it down. I love the fact that he doesn't rush it. If you haven't been a great shooter, it's good to be respected from that range. As you see, they disrespect him, and they thought they could cheat it, and he made them pay, and he can do that a lot during the game. I love the fact that he went from a G League player to an NBA All-Star. It shows you that if you work hard on your game and you put in the work in your craft and you really love the game, you can do whatever you want to do on the court. Fred VanVleet is one of the best inspirations in the game, as this guy has literally became one of the best players in the league just because of his work ethic and his passion and love for the game. I love watching, seeing him play, how hard, how much energy he puts in to competing on both ends of the court. He fights to get to the rim. He fights for the mid-range. He fights to even get open. And it's just good to see a guy that cares so much about even putting his body on the line just for this Toronto organization. They rewarded him with a contract. They try to get him an extension. Hopefully they can keep him because the guy loves to play hard. He loves to work hard, and he embodies hard work because his career is a testament to that. And I hope he can continue to prosper in the NBA and become an All-Star again like he was last year in Cleveland. And it was an honor to see him as an All-Star because I was a guy that had a similar story in my career, and it's just good to see his pay off with his work ethic, being rewarded with the money and the All Star appearance. So I'm proud of him. Keep working, and I hope to see you at another All Star game like I seen you in Cleveland.